It's the Standard Pauper Show. It's a show about Standard Pauper. Hello, everybody. Hey, guess what we got more of? That's right, full spoilers. We're going to do the first half of the spoilers this week and finish it up next week. But, as you know, I'm Brennan, your lovable host. With me is Sam. Say hello, Sam.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good week.
I bet they are. And we also have Dan joining us from the land of Sweden. I think Dan's going to end up being a regular on the show, so no more guest spot for Dan. Dan, you're going to have to start pulling your own weight.
Okay. Hej på era slamkrypare.
There you go. Swedish. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's sexy.
It's the most romantic of all the languages.
Ah, gullegull.
What happened this week in Standard Pauper, the SPDC, this past Sunday, January the 11th? 14 decks, 100% reporting. Thank you so much. We have blue-red control as the number one, played by Nagi Bultra. I don't remember seeing Nagi Bultra around.
Good, new players.
New players, that is good. Orzhov, Dr. Chris Baker's article, he wrote about this. White Weenie, Bigby did White Weenie. Is It Tokens, K. Massey, another White Weenie by... You guys are just trolling me now with these names. Amnaremotoas.
Sounds kind of Mesopotamian.
Yeah,
It does a little.
Yeah. Splashed, Mono Black Control, Beatnik Bobby, doing his thing. Is It Controlled by Taser the Dog, seen you around. Boros Tokens by Woojek, MZK, I've seen Woojek around. Alright, the blue-red control deck, it was the Flurry of Horns, Rise of Eagles deck. Not going to really go into the deck too much this week. I will go into some decks more in the article. But this week, we need to get right to it, folks. We've got a lot of ground to cover in Fate Reforged.
I have to ask you before that.
Oh, yes.
Treasure cruises.
Oh, the treasure cruise this week?
That must have been plenty, right?
There was treasure cruise in UR Control and Is It Tokens. They both had cruise. It was almost double last week's cruise watch.
Beatnik Bobby must run.
Oh, yeah.
And I imagine Taser Dog probably runs them too. So, I mean, in the top 8, there was probably quite a bit of cruising.
That's true.
16.
Right. I've normally only been keeping track of the top 4, but I can see this week in the cruise watch to see if... and I know, Dan, you've made some cruise videos yourself, starring Gary, the wonderful Grey Merchant.
Like 4 Garys, 4 treasure cruise, and then build a deck around that.
Just make it work. Whatever you need
I think
to make
it's
that work. Yeah, you've done really well.
Significant improvement in just a few matches.
Oh, yeah. Once you kind of get the feel for the speed of the format and you stop worrying about ninjas.
Yeah, it's as fun as ever. I'm glad to be back into Standard Pauper.
Yeah, it's cool. All right. Speaking of Standard Pauper, we have lots of commons to go over in Fate Reforged. So let's jump right into it. First up, now, a quick primer. We're not going to go over cards we've already gone over. We're also not going to go over too many reprints and vanilla creatures. Forget it. So these are the ones that pretty much we find the most interesting, or at least interesting enough to talk about.
And I just wanted to real quick before we jump in, because we were talking about it earlier on, just as far as like second sets go, I looked up some information about like the last 3 just for fun.
Sure.
Reprints in Fate, there was 4, Douse and Gloom, Typhoid Rats, Pyrotechnics, and Hunt the Weak. Not all in common, but I just kind of took an overview. 3 vanilla creatures. In Born, there was 3 reprints and 2 vanilla creatures.
Wow.
In Gate Crash, 16 reprints.
Whoa.
And 2 vanilla creatures. So it seems like they've been easing up on the reprints in the second set. I don't know if that's like just the fact that Born and Fate Reforged had such like specific mechanics.
Right.
But Gatecrash, like a huge chunk of the set was reprints, so it was very weird. But it looks like they average like 2 or so vanilla creatures right now in most sets. I skipped M15 because those have a larger count of both of those things.
It's pretty much just reprints.
And
not
vanilla
all
creatures.
Right.
So
yeah, that makes sense. That's a pretty interesting number. Yeah, I like that they're printing more unique cards. That's good.
Yeah, and I mean when you look at the Gatecrash reprints, they are some pretty junky stuff, and then the Shocklands. Like most of it didn't see play. So why reprint cards that aren't going to see play? Make new cards that aren't going to see play.
Exactly.
Yes.
So shows like us will have more to talk about.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, Abzan Advantage. Abzan Advantage, 1 and a white instant. Target player sacrifices an enchantment. Bolster 1. Interesting effect. Sacrifice an enchantment. Seems a little narrow. I wish it was destroy target enchantment, bolster 1, but then we might not have been able to get it for 1 and a white.
I mean, I'd be happy to pay an extra mana for that effect. Pay 3, destroy target enchantment, bolster 1.
And the cool thing about bolster is the fact that they can't technically respond to it unless it's like a board wipe. So if bolster goes on the stack, it just happens once it resolves. And it basically automatically chooses, I was listening to a judge today, it automatically chooses the creature of yours with the least toughness. It doesn't even target. So I think Deluxecoive mentioned if you had an all Shroud deck, bolster's the way to go because it's just going to happen.
That's pretty cool. I hadn't thought about that. That actually... Look, I'm going to bolster my Blastoderm. You can't do anything about it.
Right.
Yeah.
6/6 coming at you.
So if you're playing white in Standard Pauper, you have creatures, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have lots of...
You're going to have lots of them.
So this will almost always happen.
Oh, right. And like I said, unless they can wipe your board of creatures, something's getting that +1.
Yes.
Very cool.
The problem is the free and the draw a card enchantments. There's just one, right? The
Dragon Mantle?
Yeah.
Or the not chosen by Heliod.
Yeah, it's chosen by Heliod.
Yeah, chosen, yeah.
I really know the card names in Standard.
It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
And they are a big disadvantage, this card, making it a lot worse than just destroy an enchantment.
Yeah, because
if they play one of those and you just get that, then you're really falling behind.
Right. I wish it was. I really wish it was targeted.
The problem
if you
with
can get an enchantment creature with this, then it looks really good.
Yeah, the problem with this card is like against like even just the white-red heroic deck, it's going to get a Hammer Hands or it's going to get the Lightning one, and those are just really marginal to get. I'm not sure if this is great or good.
Right, because often you're just using Hammer Hands to make something unblockable and give something haste, and if it's heroic, you're using it to trigger heroic.
And yeah, you're leaving behind the counter, which is the best part of Hammer Hands a lot of the time anyway, so...
Yeah. It's true. I see upside, but I just don't know if this is going to be the way of the future.
Just to be the new guy with suggestions,
sure.
Why don't we have a grade system?
A grade system? Sure.
Yeah, for the cards. Because,
if you want to.
Like limited resources, it's if everybody's positive to a card just because it has some advantage, but it really isn't a good card. So it'll be a lot clearer with some sort of grades.
I see what you mean. Yeah, sure.
Next time.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just come up with one now, I would probably give this one C-.
I would say this is a sideboard card if we're just completely ripping them off. You're not playing at main deck, and you probably are going to play a better option out of the sideboard a lot of the time, I think. But then again, White Weenie doesn't really care. I mean, you're just going at him, so...
Is it worse than Feast of Dreams?
Feast of Dreams, the one to kill target enchanted creature?
Or enchantment creature.
Yeah.
I like... Well, see, with this one, though, that can sit in your hand forever. This, as long as they are targetable, you can at least bolster one.
True.
I'd rather play Feast out of the board because I have full control over what Feast hits.
But this could be a
they're both
metagame call.
situational.
Yeah.
So.
This could be a main deck metagame call in some sort of weird meta.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying C-, because I do think it is playable, though, yeah, you're going to take some work.
Right.
All right. Abzan Runemark. This is a little more interesting. 2 and a white. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. Enchanted creature has vigilance as long as you control a black or green permanent. So, I don't know in the past how much an enchantment creature that gave you +2/+2 and vigilance would cost.
A lot.
Yeah.
If it was an enchantment, if it was a bestow creature. But the enchantment exists in M15, right? For 4 mana.
4 mana. Oh yeah, the 3 and a white.
Yeah, so you're getting a discount here.
A little bit. But you do have to control a black or green permanent. Right now, there's not too much Orzhov or Selesnya going around.
And nobody's playing Abzan and Standard Pauper.
No.
Yeah, so...
I think this is going to have to wait until Theros rotates before it sees any kind of real play.
I think pretty much a lot of the cycle probably will, but I mean, they're all interesting, and the fact that they all give 2/2 isn't anything to scoff at. I just think there's better enchantments out of Theros.
I do too. For right now, again, with the grade system, I would give it D+.
Yeah, black removal is so weak, so this is almost doesn't care about that. But bounce is terrible for this, of course.
That's very true, and there is a lot of bounce in blue.
Yes, so I don't see me playing this ever.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yep.
So, what do we have next? Abzan Captain. Sky Captain. Oh my gosh, look, I have a misprint. So anyway, Sky Captain, as you can see on the card. 3 and a white. Creature, bird, soldier, flying. When Abzan Sky Captain dies, bolster 2. That's what I get for blind copying. A 2/2 flyer for 4 mana. That is hard to stomach.
Yeah, that seems bad.
Yeah.
But there is an upside.
That bolster 2 is pretty awesome, but I'm going to want to bolster this card. So I have a 4/4 flyer.
Do you really I just spent 4 mana for a 2/2. God, I hope he dies.
Right, exactly.
So I get my advantage from him.
No.
Would you play a 3/3 flyer for 4 mana in Standard Pauper?
3/3 flyer?
Yeah.
I'd play a 2/1 flyer.
Yeah.
For 2.
A 3/3 flyer for 4. We played Nephalia Sea Kite. And
that was because of the instant, right? The flash.
That's true. And then there's also the 3/2 flyer for 4 in Theros, the blue one.
Siren of something of Siren, yeah.
Is it Warcaller? Yeah, something Siren. But anyway.
Because I think this is better than a 3/3 flyer, but only a little. So maybe it's a 3.2.
3.2 flyer.
Power flyer.
I just don't know. That bolster is nice.
Cloak Siren.
Cloaked Siren, that's the one.
Yeah. And I mean...
Sky Cat. I don't think it's terrible, but again, I would have to put it at the C- range because if you're playing white right now, you're going fast. You don't want stuff in the 4-drop range.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the curves that we've looked at, you see that they're all in the 1 and 2 drop slots.
Right.
Yeah.
In most successful decks. So yeah, this is hard. This is a hard sell. I'm not saying it's not going to get better, but right now I don't think it has a strong home.
I agree.
Yeah.
Nah. Probably, yeah.
Seems like a D then.
Yeah, it'd have to be a D because I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't even think about playing it really. Okay. Next one. Arashin Cleric. 1 and a white. Human Cleric. When Arashin Cleric enters the battlefield, gain 3 life. I like this card. It is... The problem is right now, if you're playing White Weenie, you would rather have a 3-1 because you're just trying to bust in. Or even a 2-2 that had this life gain upside, which you're probably not going to get that at
But if
common.
you're playing against that deck, you want this guy.
Exactly. Because he's going to give you some life and block all their 2-2s all day long.
Yes.
How?
And all their pesky raise the alarm tokens, etc.
Yes, those damn tokens. So yeah, I think it is a strong sideboard option if you aren't quite as fast as your opponent.
I mean, I like it out of the board for a lot of the same reasons I like Clone Missionary out of the board in Classic Pauper, because sometimes you just need a little bit of life to stay ahead of like a really fast aggro deck.
That's true.
And you need a blocker to take out one thing for you or stop 2 points of damage for you. And I mean, it fills that role.
He certainly does.
So.
It looks amazing compared to the 1 and 2 drops I've been forced to play in the blue-black deck.
Yeah, you were coming to play tap, dude.
Yeah. I don't know if white control decks, there are no white control decks, right?
No.
I played one yesterday, actually.
Really? What are they doing? What are they doing for removal? They're just doing nothing but kill shot all day.
Yep.
Yeah, it was white blue with kill shots. He put the video up. It was a unique build.
Huh. Yeah, I remember
you. 4 last week, right?
Yeah, you looked at the hand, and it was like 2 kill shots and 2 planes at one point. Yes. I remember that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I think he will be happy for this card.
That's true. It's gonna make that player a little harder to kill because you're rushing in with your 2 powers, and he's gaining life and blocking. That's not bad.
Oh, is this better than Scry 2?
Oh no, Scry 2 is better.
Against the really fast decks?
No.
No, this is better against the really
aggro decks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can switch this in for the Scry guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good call. I like that. But yeah. I would put this in the C+ range because I think it is a really good sideboard card. But right now, I don't think there's a main deck that wants it. But yeah, sideboard all day.
I would put it in a D+. Yeah, just because I don't know.
I'll give it a solid C then.
Okay, good.
There you go. Averaged out.
Averaged out to a C. All right, let's take it next. Here's one I am quite fond of. Dragon Bell Monk. 2 and a white. Vigilance and Prowess. A 2/2.
How good is Prowess in Standard Pauper?
Prowess can be pretty amazing, but it gets overshadowed by Heroic a lot.
And, again, if you're playing the Boroic, he doesn't fit because he's a 3-drop. But man, it seems powerful.
Heroic
You
decks.
can't really abuse prowess, can you? Because you can't set up a chain of cards. He'll just be a 3/3 some of the time, and maybe even a 4/4 one turn. I haven't been too impressed with the prowess creatures so far when I played against them.
Yeah,
I was playing a red, white, and blue heroic prowess deck, and I mean, when you have a couple of them on the board, a lot of the times you're doing 8 points of damage playing the dragon mantles and stuff like that. So they're actually pretty good, but I mean the heroic decks, they're not even playing Wingseed Riders, which is has to be a ton better than this.
He's too slow, right? The Dragon Bell Monk.
Yeah, he's 3 mana. He's not going to fit in the Boroic deck.
That's a very fast Standard Pauper format.
Oh my god, yeah. It's crazy.
It's the fastest one in a long, long time, yeah.
But when Theros rotates, and we're halfway there, folks. This, it's going to happen after summer.
Flickergate decks again.
Flickergate. They're probably never going to print that again.
Yeah, we're never going to have that much flicker at common again. It's going to be a long time.
Remember when Ghostly Flicker rotated out, there were still Flickergate decks.
Oh yeah. Everybody wanted to hold on to that dream just a little longer.
I mean, when Ghostly Flicker left, Undying Evil left, and Cloud Shift left all at once. So, Innistrad had a huge amount of that stuff in it, so...
Right. Huh. Oh well. The cool thing I like about prowess in those kind of heroic decks... Oh, and yeah, if he was a white-white instead of 2 and a white, probably more playable. But then you're going to think about your red. That's a hard call. But the fact that
he makes the cut either way, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm just saying, with prowess in general, the cool thing is you can target the heroic with the enchantment, and this guy gets pumped.
Yep.
So, again, unfortunately, I don't see a place. Some people might work a deck around it, but until that Boros heroic slows down in some way or goes out of vogue, yeah, I'm probably giving him C-.
C- for me too.
Sounds good.
All right, we agree. Yay!
I think we're going to agree on the grades way too much.
Pressure Point. 1 and a white. Instant. Tap target creature. Draw a card. I like this card a lot. Probably more than I should.
I kind of like this to hold my finger over the tap target creature part, and then it's go, look, I'm drawing a card.
Yeah.
Will you use this on your own creatures?
If I have to, yeah. End of their turn, I'm desperate need of a card. Yep.
I mean, it makes that last guy a little bit better. I mean, because it's a prowess enabler that just automatically goes back into your hand.
Yes.
And you can target your heroic guys with it.
You sure can.
So I mean, not that you really need to do that with God's Willing and Feat of Resistance and stuff running around, but.
Well, the cool thing is, again, in that Boros heroic, if they manage to stall you out and put down any kind of major blocker, tap it. Prowess guys go up, draw a card. Maybe one of those can trigger. Maybe the card you draw can trigger heroic.
Mm-hmm. What are you cutting for it?
Nothing.
I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah.
Sounds like a C- then.
Yes, probably a C-.
Yeah, but again, I think out of the sideboard, if they're able to figure out a way to stop you, this is a great way of getting past whatever blockers that they can put in your face.
I mean, and I could see this being in a white-blue control deck with the hexproof prowess guy.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, Crippling Chill is in the format, and it's like a little baby version of that, and that doesn't see a ton of play.
But draw a card's pretty sweet.
Well, Crippling Chill draws a card.
I thought Crippling Chill was scry. Oh, draw a card.
No, it draws one. Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, all things being equal, I don't know where this fits, but I mean, I like it. It's simple design. It does one thing and draws a card. So, yeah, C-, nice. I think feels right.
When did this effect move to white? This is almost like Enervate, the old Ice Age card for blue.
What, tap and draw a card?
Yeah. Tap has been
tap, like,
ability for a while.
Yeah, but
Whip
the
quarter.
tap and draw card thing. It is almost like the blue card Enervate.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what would make this even better? If it said untap target creature and draw a card.
Hey.
Oh, yes.
That would be one of the sweetest cards I've ever seen.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll overprint that. I hope.
Only time will tell. Sandblast. 2 and a white. Instant. Sandblast deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. And then there's flavor text. I am not a fan.
It costs the same as Kill Shot.
Yeah.
Would there be a reason to do damage instead of just killing?
Straight up kill? I cannot think of any reason.
No, me neither.
Does kill shot only do attacking, or does it do attacking and blocking?
Here, give me a sec, I'll look it up.
Look that one up.
Just attacking.
Just attacking. So, but this has been done before. Divine Verdict? Wasn't that the one that destroyed target attacking or blocking creature?
Yeah, but it costs 4. So that's a little bit...
Not much. Not much is bigger than 5 power. Or 5 toughness, excuse me.
No. If you have a really big heroic creature, you can hit your own creature.
Yeah, and trigger heroic. Wow. That you'd better be 1 point from killing your enemy if that's what you're doing.
Or at least playing just a non-red deck.
Yeah. I don't know. So this is...
You know what would suck? If you did that on your own creature and he sandblasted.
Oh my god. Yeah, that would be... You'd feel bad.
And I mean, I know our removal has become more clunky, right? But I don't know. I don't think this is all that great. Unfortunately.
It's not, but I've seen 2 other articles that are going, OMG, this is awesome. So basically it's a marriage between Divine Verdict and Kill Shot.
But what do you do today? If you play Boros Heroic and there is a giant blocker, what do? What's the solution
you
now?
You attack into it and hit them with all your other stuff it can't block.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're
or
probably
you play Hammer Hands and just get it out of the way.
Exactly. Hammer Hand. That's a good one.
So D, moving on.
Yeah. Yep. Sandsteppe Outcast. 2 and a white creature. Human warrior. When Sandsteppe Outcast enters the battlefield, choose one. You either put a 1/1 counter on Sandsteppe Outcast or put a 1/1 white spirit token creature with flying onto the battlefield. This is a kind of cool card. You either have 2 creatures. What's that?
Attendant Knight.
Yeah, basically. You either get a 3/2 or a 2/1 and a 1/1 spirit. It doesn't have flying though, but yes. So Attendant Knight. I like Attendant Knight better because that was 2/2 first strike with a 1/1 soldier. But in the absence of Attendant Knight, I don't know, getting 2 bodies on the board with 1 card. I really thought Seller of Songbirds was stupid, but then people started using it to a really great effect. So,
and I thought the raid guy that has a similar effect from Khans was going to have a bigger impact. And it had none so far, at least.
Right, but you have to. It's just I think raid. You have to trigger it.
It's hard.
Yeah.
How much Convoke is in the format?
I don't know. I can't think of any right now.
None.
Not even triplicate spirits.
No. I mean, you see some people running triplicate spirits in the Boros tokens deck, but that's it, and there's not a lot of people running that deck.
And that's the problem is Trip Spirits came out, but it got immediately overshadowed by Flurry of Horns and Rise of Eagles.
Yep.
Because they're just so much
getting
stronger.
two bodies is not a great upside here.
Yeah, it can't fit in the... Maybe in the future, if Boros tokens or something can pump tokens better. But as of right now, no, I can't find a place where this would be overwhelming. If the token had flying... Oh, it does have flying. There it is. Okay.
It does.
Good. Well, that is pretty good. Hold on a second. So it has flying. It's evasion. But you're not going to wreck your curve just to put this guy in.
No, and he's just a 2-1 if you want the 1-1.
Yeah.
And that just feels...
No.
That just doesn't feel all that great. I mean, I like him, and I think he's going to have a future. But in this format, I just don't think he's all that great for right now.
Yeah. Need more pump.
Yeah.
Okay. Aven Surveyor, 3 blue creature, bird scout, flying. When Aven Surveyor enters the battlefield, choose one. Put a 1/1 counter on Aven Surveyor. Or return target creature to its owner's hand. That is a powerful effect. Blue.
Yeah, but it's 1 mana more expensive than it...
It's what now?
It's 1 mana more expensive than it used to be. Right?
Yeah, the
Mistraven.
Mistraven. Yeah, it was 2 blue. But Mistraven was always a 2/2 and could never come down as a 2/3 or as a 3/3.
True.
How
would Mistraven see play now? It would.
Mistraven has been legal since Innistrad
right,
Block,
but that's what he's asking.
It
would see play without it.
Oh, it would see play.
But it's 5 mana. It's feasible.
Well, Rise of Eagles, Flurry of Horns. People play that already. In the
but those are finishers.
Blue-red control deck. Yeah.
This isn't a finisher.
This is a lousy finisher.
No, but in the mirror, you're getting rid of one of those. You're already willing to pay that much mana.
I guess, in the mirror, you're getting rid of an Eagle token, and you have a blocker for the next one.
So, yeah,
but man,
it's removal.
You have Voyage's Ends.
Voyage's Ends can't hit your opponent.
No, but they are way less, punishing to your curve. They have more upside with the scry. I don't know. I wish this thing cost 4.
We're not,
That would be amazing.
But yeah,
it would be an excellent card at 4, but at 5, it's just not all that great of an effect.
We're looking at another C- then.
Yeah. Maybe as a sideboard option in the mirror match.
Pretty good in draft.
Oh yeah, in draft would be great.
Yeah, this would be a great card in draft.
We're not that show.
No.
Yeah, it would suck in vintage. Moving on.
It would suck in vintage, yes. Enhanced Awareness, 4 and a blue. Instant, draw 3 cards, then discard a card.
I cast Treasure Cruises that cost more than this.
Yeah. Wow. That is 5 mana.
It's instant.
Yeah, it is instant.
I like instant card draw. I've been playing around with the forecasting cost inspiration reprint that can't target an opponent.
Right.
We Fate, I think it's called.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, that's only 2 cards.
So for 1 more mana, get
3 cards and then pitch something worthless. I mean,
to fuel your treasure cruise?
To fuel it? To draw more cards?
Yeah.
So you can get more card draw?
Yeah. I mean, people are still playing Divination, and Divination really only nets you a card. I guess
this only nets you a card.
Divination fixes your mana problems in the start.
What's that?
Divination fixes your mana problems in the early game.
Right. This, you're waiting until turn 5.
You are, but in a lot of decks, what are you doing on turn 5?
Killing my opponent. Treasure cruising.
Treasure cruising. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay. D. Everybody. D. Can we just say?
I think this is. I want to test this as a 1-off or 2-off in a controller.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go C.
Okay. I'm not a fan.
Just so we don't agree with about everything.
I'll go D plus because I like the instant speed anytime I see it on card draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, you convinced me.
Yeah. But I'd rather play Wii Fate. I mean, it's just straight 4 mana, 2 cards.
Instant. Yeah.
Instant. So I'm kind of off of Divination being a good card in that kind of draw 2 card slot. So.
Okay. All right. Jeskai Runemark. 2 in a blue. Enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. Enchanted creature has flying as long as you control a red or white permanent. So 2/2 and flying for 3. That's not bad. But.
No, and I think it might be more likely because people are playing Azorius builds.
Yeah, they're playing a lot of UB as well. Or, excuse me, UR. For the,
You don't want this in an instant deck, do you?
What's that?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to drop this on a token.
No.
Probably more defensive in the instant deck.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, the Azorius build, yeah, quite possibly. But still, just kind of setting yourself up.
Casting this on the 04 guy for 1 mana seems pretty nice.
That'd be cool. The Lagana band or the...
Yes. Making him a 3/7.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
3/7 flying. Wow, that's not bad.
That'd be pretty good.
That's pretty nice.
This is better than that other one. Just because
way better.
They actually play cards that go. You know what? This might be one of those things because, Azorius Heroic is huge in Standard. Is regular Standard. I wonder if this is something that could actually put blue-white Heroic more prevalent in Standard Pauper. Something to think about. But yeah, I do like this card better than the other, Runemark.
I think really what sets this card apart is that one word right there, flying.
Yes. An
actual evasion.
Yeah, you get evasion.
Yeah. Really makes a world of difference.
Yep, I agree. I'm giving it a C+.
I'll go C.
C+ here.
I don't think anything's blowing our socks off yet. Jeskai Sage, 1 in a blue. Monk. Prowess. When Jeskai Sage dies, draw a card. It's been a while since we've seen a card that replaces itself. I find it interesting. I wish it wasn't a 1/1. But it does have prowess. Wow, this one's tough for me. Again,
how good is prowess? I still haven't figured it out.
I mean, prowess is really good in a deck where you're playing quite a few of the play the enchantment, draw a card cards. You're playing the 1 white casting cost +1/+0, draw a card instant. Right. When you can kind of storm out on your opponent, it's really good in that situation. But then again, in that situation, you're playing like the 1 white 1 casting cost 1/3 prowess guy in this slot. So yeah. I don't think this is that good in that slot, and I think that the white monk is just a lot stronger.
Right, and we're going to come up on a card in a moment in black that is the same cost, but I think is far more interesting. So, yeah, I like the fact that he replaced himself, but a 1/1, I can't do it. I'm giving it a D.
There is no reason you want to sacrifice stuff.
Nope, not right now.
Your own stuff.
Not right now, no.
If there
I'll go C-.
C- here.
Yeah.
All right, Lotus Path Djinn. 3 in a blue. Creature, monk. It's a Djinn monk. Flying with prowess. Maybe they're trying to push prowess on us even more. Okay, but that's it. 2/3 flyer for 4. We talked about it a minute ago. We had a 2/2 flyer for 5 that could make himself a 3/3. Or he could return a card to the hand. Is 1 less mana for flying 2/3 better?
Prowess is aggressive, right?
Yeah.
You don't need prowess on your control deck finisher.
No, you're
Could there
attacking.
be a flyers deck here?
There's a lot more flyers now. Something to think about.
The thing about this guy that I like is that 2/3 for 4 isn't bad. The problem with this guy is he's going to be outclassed by turn 4 by your opponent's Akroan Skyguard like 85% of the time. That's the unfortunate part of where we are right now as a format.
But since you're blue,
that
though,
stupid 2 casting house creature.
right?
Yeah.
But blue, you've already got, the get out of the way cards in blue, which would set them back so hard if they put so much effort into that one little Akroan.
Blue flyers, good old Standard Pauper archetype.
My personal favorite. I've done several videos on it. I love it.
I think this is probably one of the stronger prowess guys. I like him better than the Wind Scout from Khans. So, I mean, it's definitely worth trying out. Maybe a white-red kind of prowess flying thing.
You mean
might
white,
be something
white blue?
out there. Yeah, white blue, red blue. Probably not red green.
No.
But
Blue-green.
still, with all you said about the speed of the format, this doesn't look like it could be a defensive creature.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
You're not going to block with it. Nothing. Everything will kill it.
So
everything.
it's probably a D unless it finds a new home.
Yeah, if there's a new Flyers deck, could be as high as a B-. But since there isn't one now, I can't say it fits anywhere.
I bounce your heroic guys and I hit you for 4.
Yep.
I mean, it literally dies to a Satyr Hoplite with just 1 enchantment on it. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
it's a 3/3 for just 1 additional mana, basically. So, like, yeah, I mean, right now, it would you'd have to build a deck for it. It doesn't really slot into anything, I don't
A super
think.
control-y blue Flyers build. This sounds delicious.
For now, screw this guy,
dude.
D.
Yeah, I give him a thingy.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Brennan? I'm just checking. Are you recording audio?
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't see the thing
Yeah, look,
moving.
do you see it moving now?
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, okay. I was looking at the actor presenter capture bar thing that you have going.
Oh, no. I don't want to capture it in there. I can't do anything. I can't do anything
okay.
with it.
It freaked me out. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Continue on.
No, I can edit it. I can get the podcast up, I could probably
Really
do it
quick.
tonight if I really didn't care about editing anything out. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so, here we go. Pause. Rakshasha's Disdain. 2 and a blue, instant. Counter target spell unless it's controlled pays 1 for each card in your graveyard. Isn't this a functional reprint of something? This sounds real familiar.
It's circular logic without the madness.
There you go.
Circular logic.
Yeah.
And that fought against the themes in that set with Flashback and Threshold. I feel like this fights against Delve. And I feel like
Actually, it
Delve
works
is just
with
stronger.
doesn't it?
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
It worked very well with Threshold because you wanted 7 cards in your
Right.
graveyard. But here you want to get rid of your graveyard. So this, of course, being able to counter for just 1 blue instead of 2 is great. But you want to go cruising, right?
Right. And if you do that, that makes your Disdains worthless. Huh.
Yeah, I'll play cancel over this.
Me too. Cancel's better.
Yeah. Cancel is just so much more solid, and it doesn't take away from your cruises.
Nope. It actually helps your cruises because you're going to throw it into the...
D for the Disdain.
Yeah, D. It's a double.
Yeah, I give it an F. You're really not running it.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. Even if you manage to make it work by not playing cruises, you're still... A counter spell for 3 isn't very impressive.
Exactly.
You're not playing cruises, though. Have you lost your mind? Play cruise.
Yep.
Refocus and look at this.
Oh my
card.
goodness. It's like I predicted the future. 1 in a blue. Instant.
Ooh, yeah.
Untap target creature. Draw a card.
White, blue,
This card's awesome. I could see this coming in our theoretical mono blue flyers deck. Attack in, and then when they attack you, I'll just untap this bad boy, draw a card maybe. Yeah,
and especially in Azorius Heroic.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
I have a general
Sure.
question that I've been wondering about in Magic right now. It seems that the usage of the guild names is like some people are still doing it and some people are not. So, should we have a policy? Do we go UV or Azorius?
Honestly, I say do what you feel in these instances. At this point, people should know Azorius is white blue. We have a visual representation on most of the cards, but yeah.
And YouTube Academy told me that it's good to have like words that are hard to understand because people that feel familiar with those words really feel like, I know something.
Yeah, it's the language of exclusivity or inclusivity. Yes. Yeah, I don't know. They seem pretty simple, and it's such a huge part of Magic. If someone doesn't know, I would hope that they would seek it out.
I can't remember what it was like before Return to Ravnica.
A Ravnica?
Yeah, before Return to Ravnica, like in Innistrad, Scars of Mirrodin, did people say the guild names still from old Ravnica?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I wasn't around for that. I don't know because I came back in Innistrad. But even in the Pauper Gauntlet, I mean, we recognize Azorius Kitty and Boros Kitty and Simic decks and all of that. So I think they've done a good name of branding the combinations. So I like using the brands, even though I think Mardu and Sultai and all of those are kind of junky sounding names. But so.
This is
a good card. I like it a lot.
I like it.
So I am going to give this one a B-.
I'll go C+.
I'll go C+ too. I don't think you absolutely will play this in every blue deck.
But I think you can play it in every blue deck, just about.
The 2-mana just to draw the card isn't good enough. So you really have to get a good effect out of untapping as well.
True. Maybe maybe someone will actually use the what's that mechanic no one ever uses where you untap and get something? Inspiration. There you go.
Inspire.
Oh my gosh, Inspire. I hadn't even thought about Inspire.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Is there any good common creature with Inspire?
There's a couple. They're blue.
There's that black one, the 1/3 with Regenerate.
Oh yeah, Survey.
Yeah, he'll minus.
So yeah, there's stuff. There's things.
Yep.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So let's move on. Sultai Skullkeeper, 1 in a blue. Naga Shaman. When Sultai Skullkeeper enters the battlefield, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. He is a 2/1.
No.
I'm partial about this guy because I tried playing the 3-mana and 4-mana put cards in your graveyard guys just to power cruise, and I would much rather have this guy.
My thing about Treasure Cruise My thing about Treasure Cruise is it's good just on its own. You don't really need to facilitate it a whole bunch because just the grind of the game is going to get you into Treasure Cruise for cheap. I don't like costing myself cards off of my library to speed it up a little bit, and it's not even that big of a gain.
In my build right now, I would cut the Skull Hunters for this guy without flinching.
Really?
Yeah, but there's a better guy.
Oh, okay. So, right. Yeah. Yeah,
because I when I tested that, it really helped with the Treasure Cruises. So the first Treasure Cruise is kind of hard to get off. You often pay 5 or 6. And with this guy, you wouldn't do that.
I think that's kind of the bad part, or I guess the good part about the Gary's Cruise deck is that it's a board control deck, so you're not losing a bunch of permanents a lot of time. So it is a little bit harder, but like when you're playing the red-blue, the Izzet build, with Rise of Eagles and Flurry of Horns, you're putting a lot of cards into your graveyard, so you don't really need facilitation cards like this. So I guess that's the fine line, the design of the deck. So, I mean, maybe in that deck, having this isn't bad, but it feels weird in that slot.
Is it the blue Satyr Wayfinder, kind of?
Wayfinder gets you a card in hand a lot of the time.
You end up with 2 in the yard, though, right? Even if you're 3 in the yard.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not a 2-1. I don't know.
It's also a blocker that puts himself in the graveyard and probably 1-for-1 something, which is exactly what you need with the Dimir deck.
That's true.
Or at least bounces some damage away from you for a turn.
Yeah.
So, I mean, on this one, I think this is probably like a C.
Yeah.
I'll give him a C.
I agree. I'm glad we argue a lot on this show.
You are stupid.
Thanks. Whisk Away.
I agree.
Whisk Away. 2 and a blue instant. Put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library. For 3 mana. We've seen this before.
How is it?
Well,
a lot of times we see it at 4 and not without the attacking or blocking.
You now have a clause, but it's 3 mana.
I'll go out on a limb here, and I'll say this is the removal I've been looking for in the blue-black deck. Because the black removal is so horrible that you're often down to flesh to dust to get rid of stuff. And this does it for 3 mana. It's the murder of today's Standard Pauper.
Oh my god.
Because you get the 1-for-1. You get the 1-for-1. You get rid of the heroic guy and all his stuff.
That's true.
And of course you can't cast it at will, but if nobody's attacking or blocking, then you are
exactly
anyway.
You're building your board. No, I like this better than the Sandblast.
I like this better than Feast of Dreams or Debilitating Injury.
More than Debilitating Injury, huh?
Injury is just so underwhelming.
Well, it's because we're used to Deadweight, which was freaking awesome.
Of course, if you're playing Izzet, then you have red removal, so you won't be needing this.
No, I like it. If I am putting in the fact that you know what they're going to draw next time, for the most part, barring any shenanigans on their behalf. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a great card.
Yeah, I think this is actually the best card we've seen so far.
Yeah, if we were going to do a grade, I would probably give it a B+. I like it.
Yeah, B for me.
I go C+.
Okay. Whisk Away. Will of the Naga. 4 blue, instant delve. Nice feature. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures do not untap during their controller's next untap step. That is interesting. So, potential blue, Frost Breath. Or what's the, wasn't there a 2 and a blue? Crippling Chill.
Frost Breath, C play in Standard Pauper?
I don't know anyone who plays Crippling Chill.
I have a deck that I've played around with Crippling Chill. just to slow stuff down and draw extra cards. And it's not great, and I can't conceive that this is going to be great.
Yeah, if I had seen another card played more, probably would be more up on this. But if you're playing a card like this in a control-y build, I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I don't see myself ever playing this.
I give it a, yeah.
I mean, isn't bounce just better?
I'm bouncing. So yeah, I'd give this a D. I'm not.
I'll give this
F. Is that what you said? Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not playing it. So yeah, probably F for me as well. Since I can't see myself ever playing
I give it a. Yeah, I'll go with you guys. There's like Force Away, Hubris, Voyage's End. I mean, so much stronger. So.
Okay. Now we're getting into some interesting territory. Alesha's Vanguard, 3 and a black. Yes, Orc Warrior with Dash. Dash for 2 and a black. Dash is a new mechanic. You can play him for Dash, gets haste, returns to your hand at the end of the turn. A 3/3 haster for 3 mana. That ain't bad. In black.
But it's not the haster, is it?
No, it doesn't stay on the field, but it does gain haste though.
So you have to have some reason not to be on the field. Like if there's a lot of sorcery removal, you can dodge that.
Or if you're just short on mana, you can play him even if you don't have full value.
But it's like a 3 mana lava spike that can be blocked.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Or removed.
It is interesting.
So I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I think the other dashers are more interesting. I mean, I'm not saying this guy isn't all that great. He's probably the weakest of the cycle at common. So
yeah, again, I love the mechanic. I think the mechanic's cool, but he still ends up being a hill giant.
Yeah, you never want to play a hill giant.
Never. So.
no.
Mechanic for me gets an A. This creature gets a D.
Yep, D minus.
Yep. Sounds good.
Here's an interesting card: Ancestral Vengeance, black, enchantment creature. When Ancestral Vengeance enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. That's pretty cool.
I wish it triggered heroic, but it doesn't.
Because you're not targeting. Oh,
you are targeting, but you're not casting a spell. You cast a spell. And
when it enters the battlefield, yeah. You're not casting this on a heroic creature. I see what you're saying. All right. Yeah. That makes sense.
That's a shame.
That does kind of suck. I wonder why they did that. So, enchanted creature.
I mean, yeah, if they had flipped it, it would have been better. Enchanted creature got +1/+1, put a -1/-1 counter.
Yeah,
creature.
That would have
been awesome.
That would have been better, but they obviously didn't want to facilitate heroic in black because they've done really a good job of making the black heroic aspect very, very bad.
It's anti-heroic. Yeah, a neat card. I just don't know where I'm playing it.
You're probably playing Sign in Blood or Farika's Cure in this spot.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
You probably can't play 4 of both of those, so...
That's true, so... No. Neat card, but... Now, if it was something on the order of... if it was flipped, where an enchanted creature got put, that'd make it a lot nicer. Oh well. I'm giving it a D.
Yep.
D. Here's the only reprint I included in here. 2 and a black instant. Douse and Gloom. Douse and Gloom deals 2 damage to target creature. You gain 2 life. Yeah.
Farika's Cure 5 to 8.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And are we...
Yeah. It got the Read the Bones treatment. Well, Read the Bones got the Douse and Gloom treatment, really. So,
Yeah,
I
but if you
mean,
add Scry 2 to this, it would be pretty
Ooh.
good.
it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Or Scry 4.
Scry 4, wow.
Scry everything.
Scry your deck.
I don't know. I mean, I like Freakus Cure because it fits that 2 slot really well. And I'm not sure, like, if you really want to cram this into the 3 slot of, like, a Gary's Career deck. Wouldn't you just
There's
rather...
a lot of things that survive for Freakus Cure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's a lot of things that survive this. So...
That is very true.
It's a weird, like... I wish in the 2 slot or the 3 slot in black, there was one actual removal spell.
Yeah.
Just one. Not
if you
asphyxiate.
added target creature or player on this one, it would get more
because
interesting.
then you have a shock. Kinda.
But this way, it's... I think it's a
agree.
D.
Yeah. It's
I
a
like
shame.
Freakus Cure too much.
Yeah. Cure just fits in the curve
Right.
better.
Hey, here's some more 5-mana removal. Reach of Shadows, 4 and a black, instant. Destroy target creature that's 1 or more colors.
When Flesh to Dust is too good for
You can do
you can
this.
use this.
It is a little more splashable.
Yeah, but at 5...
It sucks.
Black. Yeah. Ugh.
Of course, there is nothing that it doesn't hit, right? Is there any
No.
colorless
No
creature
one's playing
ever?
anything colorless right now.
No, yeah. There's so
So
very
then it's
few.
actually better than Flesh to Dust.
Is it Flesh to Dust target non-black creature?
Non-artifact
Oh,
creature, I think.
Oh, Flesh to Dust can't be
Right.
regenerated as well.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean,
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. It's just more bad removal.
If I'm playing a 3-color deck, this is probably better. But if I'm playing a 2-color deck, I guess just that ability to get rid of regenerating creature.
Well, are there any regenerating creatures?
Servitive Timorat.
The one
Oh,
inspiration guy.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, and Servant itself, I mean, it basically won the Standard Pauper Gauntlet. So, like, it's always been kind of a sleeper creature where those ticks of damage, they add up over the course of a grindy long game. So,
Yeah.
so I guess that's... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Please.
In a control deck that's mainly not black, I would play this.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you have a blue deck splashing black.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's a
I
C.
guess it is playable.
Oh, and it hurts me, but yeah, I think it's a C.
There you go.
Because Flesh to Dust has proven its worth.
Next one. Sibsig Host. Which is weird. Yeah.
Sibsig.
I don't think we've met Sibsig yet. Or is Sibsig
the
a
hell is
place?
They've introduced some new
Sure
characters, and I don't care about any of them.
4 and a black. Creature zombie. When Sibsig Host enters the battlefield, each player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library in the graveyard. It's a 2/6.
Tastigur is one of the dragons, right? Just to go Warthos on you.
No, Tysiger. He's the Sultai Khan.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a legendary Sultai
He's
dude
really
that
into S&M.
I can't remember. He's got like the most marginal of the abilities out of all of them. It's not all that great, so it doesn't really stick with me.
If you sort of build a deck that has the team to put stuff into the graveyard, you probably need this guy, but D-.
Yeah,
for me.
I was thinking D, but he does block all day long.
I'm thinking it's in the same slot as Gary,
Ooh, that's true.
and so that probably makes this guy an F.
If I had to pick, I'm picking Gary all day, every day.
Yeah, even if you're playing Gary on an empty board, it's still got to be better than this. I'm sorry.
Okay, F. You win.
Yeah.
Sultai Runemark. 2 and a black. enchanted creature gets +2/+2. If you have a green or blue permanent, creature gets Death Touch.
Horrible.
Yep.
Yeah, there's already 3 Death Touch guys that Dan hates to play.
Yes.
He's not going to play an enchantment to get somebody to Death Touch. Baleful Eidolon.
Yeah.
Boom.
No.
Yeah, the +2/+2 sort of makes Death Touch a lot worse as well. Because you kill most things anyway, because you have +2/+2.
What does it matter how big? I mean, the 1/1 guys see plays simply because they have Death Touch. So they should have done something else for the black one, like
Intimidate or something.
Yeah, something like that. Actual
Intimidate
evasion
would have been pretty cool.
would have been better.
Yeah. I'd rather bestow a Baleful.
Yeah.
Here's the other one. There's Tasigur, that dude right there. Tasigur's Cruelty. 5 and a black sorcery. It does have Delve, which is kind of interesting. Each opponent discards 2 cards. Dan, would you play this over Mind Rot?
No. I'm thinking of a scenario. If I am not playing blue, so I don't. If this is the only Delve card I want to fuel, then maybe. But I don't. I find it hard to play. I have Mind Rot in the sideboard, but
I can't imagine you would ever sideboard out Treasure Cruise to play a Mind Rot.
And what is it you want to discard that much?
Right. Mind Rot is only good against the Is It tokens deck.
Yep.
And you're not playing this card against Is It tokens. I mean, you just want that 3 casting cost punch of 2 cards out of their hand. You don't want to have to set it up. You don't want to think about it. This is not a good card.
No.
Nope. I'm giving it an
D-.
I was thinking F. Yeah.
F. Like most of the Delve cards, it just doesn't do a lot. So
perhaps this could see play in some other format, because if you can reliably cast it for 1 mana,
I can see it in some sort of hate your neighbor commander deck, because it says opponents.
Yeah, it has a feel for like a multiplayer format.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is it for white, blue, and black.
I want to go on.
I know. But see, here's what we're doing. We're teasing next week, where we're going to do green and red. And also, at that point, we're going to each have a deck we're going to discuss. We're going to come up with a deck or a revision of a current deck that includes these new cards to see if we can get your mind grapes squeezed for all that delicious mind juice. But now you know what time it is, Dan. It's the time that we get Dan on the phone. Oh, he's already on the phone.
Let's call him.
But just before that, it is Dan. Yay, Dan. A real quick reminder, F&M. If you get a Standard Pauper playing at F&M, or at this point, if you get Pauper playing at F&M, send us pictures. I'll tweet them out, put them in the article, talk about them. Anything you got that is Pauper related, let us know. It'd be fun.
I wanted to give a real quick shout out. Figured this would be a good part. Friend of the show, Roberto, our Remedio, emailed me earlier in the weekend to let me know about a South American MTGO Standard Pauper League that's forming. So if anybody wants to tweet me about that, I can send them the link. He invited people who speak Portuguese to join, which I don't think is any of us. But it's being ran on a South American blogspot site that is very lovely that I understand nothing of. It looks like fun. He said they have about 20 players right now. They're so hopefully that'll grow the format some. So, and they're like the Brazilian players that I ran into are hardcore players. They are very serious.
I want to shout out to him as well, because he has helped me quite a bit with my mission to play for merchants and for treasure cruises.
Roberto, he shows up on the show a lot. He is a good guy.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now that we do have Dan on the phone already, hey, look, we're going to start off with Stompy versus UB Tortured Existence, or...
Yeah, there was something on the other side, but I just smashed it.
Boom, look at that. You get a green star because Stompy greened out that Dimir Tortured Existence. Boom. You did it.
Fancy draft.
Yeah, you didn't even care.
No.
Right, and you were at 20. It's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Mono Red Heroic versus Mono Black Control. Aw, damn it. See, Dan?
Well, it turned out that Gary and removal is not good for Mono Red Heroic.
Lots of removal. So much removal. Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Yeah, and when Gary resolves, it's like really, really bad for the deck.
Well, much like a burn deck. Life gain? That's a pain.
Yeah, but Gary's extra worse for Mono Red Heroic because he's that
you can
way
run
pretty
into
efficient.
him and he'll kill you.
And the theory of playing a bunch of 2/2s for 1 mana just doesn't look very good after Gary's on the board.
And then the discard made it really hard to recover. That was a heartbreaking match.
Yeah, it was. And there was all the stuff that Mono Black Control players don't play anymore, like the Spectre and the Ravenous Rats. It really hurt me.
It did.
And this was my favorite brew that was still in the Gauntlet, so
all right.
I'm really sad
I
to
bought
see
it.
that.
I haven't
Except this deck, which is also my favorite brew.
Yeah, the next deck was my favorite remaining
Exhume
brew.
Control versus Delver. Oh, snap. You got Delvered.
And this is a problem matchup. And there was a lot of discussion in this in the comments to this video about the sideboard choices. So I actually had to bring David in to explain it. But the big problem we have is that we have so few finishers in Exhume controls. We have to keep the crushers in. But Exhume is really bad. So we have to take out the Exhumes. And that leaves us in a position where we actually have to get to a 10 mana then to be able to play a crusher. And then probably he doesn't have any counter spells left at that point. But it's still... So our deck becomes super slow, and then it's just the Dimir control deck against Delver, which is generally pretty good, but we're still countering stuff, and it's hard. It's very hard.
Yeah.
It just feels like the Exhume control deck would always be one step too slow to keep up with Delver, and that's how I felt it played out, unfortunately. And Buick Waffle is a good strong player too, so like he doesn't make mistakes very often. So
what it comes down to, of course, is that if he gets a ninja to stick, he wins.
Yeah,
I have no play that's as devastating as that early. So all I have to do is try to keep the ninjas off me, and you still have to care about the Delvers.
Gosh, it is heartbreaking. All right, let's check out this one. Affinity versus Grixis Creatureless Control. Boom.
I thought that would be really hard.
You get a metal star. Because you...
Thank you.
Because on this one, you kick some major butt.
And it's all thanks to the Perilous Research done and the massive card draw of Affinity. You get the quick aggro start and he can counter that, but then you just outdraw him. And it feels so weird to be able to do that to a control deck. And he has to play cards like Curse of the Bloody Tome, and it's just a dead card. So I just outvalued him and out-aggroed him.
You did, but once you have 4/4s and things that can go infinitely large, or, well, very large, Yeah, it's not much you can do.
I ran out of win conditions in one duel, if I remember correctly. But he actually managed to kill every 4/4 and every 8-of.
But you came back. You came back strong.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup. I think a deck like Trinket has a lot better chance here because you can stop, you can block. That's really good. So 2 Shitting Rats and they actually block a 4/4.
Hey, that works.
That's the kind of value you want from the control deck.
Okay. Next one. Burn versus Familiars.
I don't know what's up with this Burn deck, but one of the reasons I stopped playing Burn and that I sometimes play it in dailies when I play dailies is that it's so random. So I feel I'm quite comfortable playing Burn, and I have over a fairly large sample about 55% win rate, which is really low for a Pauper deck. But this deck is just winning, so this build must have been a lot better than any build I ever played, because it just crushes everybody. I can't really understand.
The thing that drives me crazy is every time I see that Searing Blaze, I always want it to be something else. But I can't argue with results.
No, I'm fairly sure after playing Burn quite a bit that you want 4 Searing Blazes in the main deck and then sideboard them out instead of any other way around.
It just never seems that strong, but it's really pulled its weight in these 9 rounds. It's done incredibly good work in the main, so yeah, very good.
The card that has surprised me the most is Curse of the Pierced Heart. That it has done so much work.
It got a lot of play when Innistrad was still in Standard Pauper. It was the clock in the format. If you just hurdled them down,
and that whip,
it would get you down to 8. Yeah,
the Curse and the Razor Tip Whip.
Yeah. So we're probably a little more familiar with it, having played a lot of Standard Pauper during that time frame. But it's just the fire to your opponent.
Some people used to play it in Burn in Pauper as well, but I never felt it was good enough. So I sideboarded it a few times, but yeah, here it is. Doing things. It's so slow.
It is, but it's inevitability, and it really helps. So,
yeah.
All right. Familiars versus red-green aggro? Uh-oh.
Yeah, it happened. Familiars died.
How did this happen? This is crazy.
This deck was fast enough to take us out. It was very much a stompy, a green one-like deck even, but with red, which is a big no-no. But it worked. And he had good draws. I had a bit of difficulty setting up.
Yeah.
And I think this is the way to go to beat. Either you play Delver or you play a really fast deck against Familiars.
Yeah, because once you get going, there's no stopping you.
I mean, if you've looked at Tom the Scud's stuff recently, Sage went 0-16 this weekend. It didn't place at any point. So I don't know if people are just adjusting to Sage. He calls it Sage, we call it Familiars. It's the same deck. And then Delver and Affinity and Mono Black Control are kind of back at the top of the format again. So I don't know if people are just adjusting to Familiars, but he had a good build for any deck that doesn't want to really do anything until it wins. So not a lot you could have done, I don't think. I mean, look at your graveyard there. You had 11 cards. You drew 1 million cards that game.
You were doing everything you could, but he did just that much more.
But there are turn 1 to 3 is critical, and if you stumble against an aggressive deck, then you die. So Familiars will not win the Pauper Gauntlet.
How sad is that?
And neither will Mono Red Heroic. Or Exumer Control.
The thing that is really sad is that now we have 3 decks left, and they are all mainstream decks. They are all decks that don't have a real sideboard plan. They are all decks that I have played quite a bit. And of course, Affinity has a disadvantage here because I haven't played as much with Affinity as I had with the other two.
Wow.
But I have over 110, I think, matches with Stompy and a few less with Burn.
Dang.
I will say there are 3 incredibly strong builds.
Yes.
And yeah, that has to be good for something. I mean, that's probably the strongest Affinity build I've seen. And the Burn build's amazing. The Stompy build's incredibly good. So it's all down to aggro and Burn.
Yes.
Very
That's
different
sad,
than last year. Very different. So
Crazy.
So you have to tell me again, which deck do you think will win the Pauper Gauntlet?
So you're asking me which one should die the next round? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
I pick Burn.
I'm gonna pick Burn. I think it's got the best shot at this point.
All we need is to run into one Delver deck and it's over.
Hey.
Or 3 Delver decks and then it's over. It's really no. I guess then
If I've shown one thing, Dan, it's that I cannot pick a winner.
I meant for Burn. Burn is so bad against Delver. Whereas Stompy has game against most things. And Affinity, of course, as well. Affinity makes the game be about Affinity.
That's true.
What I'm going to do for the coming week then is to play 2 rounds. So it's very likely that the Pauper Gauntlet will end
Wow.
the coming week.
That's crazy.
So things will go fast now.
All right. Well, here's looking forward to these events of the Pauper Gauntlet. So, I guess with that, you got your review of the Standard Pauper. You got your Gauntlet review. We got some people starting a new league there down in South America. Lots happening this week. Here's the contact information. MagicGatheringStrat.com on YouTube. You're already here. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Twitter is at MagicGathStrat. For me, it is at Cerulean Says Hi. Hello. For Sam, it is at SPO7677. Facebook /MagicGatheringStrat. Please like, subscribe. Helps us out. The subscription really in YouTube is what will help us out the most. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We put out good stuff. You'll like it, I promise. We have lots of other things to offer. So, that being said, for the show, I am Brennon.
I'm Sam.
And this has been the Standard Pauper Show.